Welcome to the Pastor's Paddle Canoeing. The addition of canoeing on the end of that is simply a way to try and keep people from stumbling into a morass of clergy abuse sites. My name is Chips, that's my given name, and I'm an ordained Presbyterian minister. I've served churches all over the country, including Alaska, Southern California, New Jersey, Minnesota, 27 years in northern Wisconsin. And I've taken over 70 canoe trips, wilderness canoe trips, a lot of them into the Boundary Waters, a ton of them into Quetico Provincial Park, and some into Southeast Alaska on Admiralty Island. I'm a videographer in process, I guess, trying to learn the ropes, especially with GoPros. And I am also trying to combine some of the video stuff with some reflections, both on previous trips, on challenges that people face, and also on spiritual reflections. I'd like to invite you to join me. You can find out more about what this YouTube channel is going to be all about by checking out my snowshoeing introduction for canoeing, a separate video. Until then, I hope you have a happy time on the water, happy paddling, and may God bless you. And I'll bring you a little bit down the river, or up the river rather, that we live next to. It dumps into the lake that we're on, and the ice went off a few days ago. So I took the canoe out and explored a little bit, and I'd like to invite you with me. There's actually going to be 2 videos that entail that little journey, and I invite you to join me on both of them. Thanks a lot. God bless. Bye. Well, it is, I don't know, about April 22nd, I think. I can't remember for sure. But we had snow again this past week. We've had rain, we've had snow. The river is starting to, I think it's probably about at its peak. It's about 5 times as wide as it usually is. So there's a lot of water out there. I'm going to paddle upstream a little bit again. I was not able to get under the bridge the other day. Well, I got through at the bridge. When I got to the other side and pulled out of the side eddy, with the single-bladed paddle, I couldn't push through the fast current and get across. So I had to go back and portage over the road. I don't even know if I'm going to try and get past it today. But I'm going to paddle up there. There's been some beavers that have been busy back in there. Maybe we'll get a chance to see them. Jazz was really excited to come out with me. I was going to go out for a longer trip this morning, or this afternoon. Take the river down to the roadway. It's usually a couple-hour paddle, but I was a little bit nervous about the next lake down from us. Whether it is, as you may or may not be able to see, there's still ice on a lot of our lake. And if there would happen to be ice on that lake, I'd kind of be stuck in the middle, which wouldn't be a great place to be. There's quite a bit of current. I can feel it pulls a lot harder than normally in here. I'm going to switch over to the double blade. I don't have a lot of daylight left, so try and make the most of what I have. Let's see. Oh, that's not quite right. That's pretty good. Okay. like glass out here in the bay. No green at all yet. Everything's just brown. There's some kind of waterfall down along the edge. I'm going to follow the shore, I think, just for the sake of interest. I don't think they're beavers. Right now I just see the path in the water. I think it's too high up in the air for the beavers. Yeah, I think the water is about probably 4 feet above normal. We've got a lot of snow this year. I think it's probably been close to a record amount since we've been here anyhow. I can only remember one year when we had what I think was more. That was the year we got snow in September and didn't say goodbye to it until May. This year we didn't get it in September anyhow. Those were ducks that took off. Doesn't help having me yakking here. Well, it's been a good winter. Right now that we're dealing with kind of a tragic situation in our family. It's a very serious case of cancer. And a lot of sadness around that. Not much we can do about it. Pray. It wasn't that long ago I was snowshoeing out here across here. Actually, 2 weeks ago I was. Life changes. Seasons change. If all systems are go and if I don't have a kind of emergency regarding that cancer situation, I should be up in the Boundary Waters in about 2 weeks. A little bit longer. Hopefully it won't be quite as high as it was last year. And hopefully the ice will be off. That's the other question. I really like this part of our lake. Our previous owners used to call it Shangri-La back in here. It is really pretty in the summer. I think I've got some shots of it. But it's all green back here. There's no development on the water back in here, at least not yet. You do hear the traffic in the summer. There's none to speak of now, but I'm kind of curious that we saw 2 beavers, big beavers, the other day up from the bridge. And I don't know if they take over an old beaver house or if they start out from scratch. I may find out paddling because the old beaver house is right here. I don't see any new additions to it. If they were smart around here, they'd probably go into the bank and not come out during any kind of light. If someone comes out and shoots them or traps them or something, they never make it too far into the summer. Which is kind of sad. I know they can be a nuisance, but been seeing an otter out here, but just one. It's the first year we've just had one otter. Usually we've got a whole bunch of them, like a family. There'll be 4, 5, at least 2. But I've not seen more than one, I don't think, all winter. Not that I can remember anyhow. And double-bladed paddle makes a big difference. I hate to say it, but it does. Takes away a lot of the finesse needed for solo canoe paddling. I guess it makes it more accessible to people. That's probably why there's so many solo paddlers up in the Boundary Waters now. It's kind of like a kayak. You can, just about anyone can paddle one. Not well or professionally, but you can keep going in a straight line for the most part. Where a single-bladed paddle for novices, the solo canoe is a pretty inefficient process. The water coming underneath the bridge. The other day, anyhow, there were some whirlpools in there. Not huge ones, but some whirlpools. And a little bit of frothing of the waves. Not much, but a little bit. I've been busy sewing up a no-seam shelter for under my tarp. Actually, I've sewn up 3 of them. One great big granddaddy one, one papa-size one, and one little cub size, which I'll probably use most of the time. Looking back over the videos from last year, there's a lot of comments about the nuisance that the black flies are making. Usually the comments came when I was in camp, and a lot of times when I was sitting around at the fire. And it might eliminate the need to wear the bug suit, bug hat all the time. Especially this early season paddling. Well, these beavers have been chewed down a tree there. A small tree, a couple of them. Maybe find a lot of stuff drifting away down here too. The water gets this high, people's rafts and pieces of their piers and all kinds of stuff end up drifting down. Stay off toward the side eddy over here where it's easier to paddle. I could get upstream even with the double paddles the way the water is or not, especially with this canoe. It's not as efficient as my, what did I name it? Polaris. Oh, I can't think of it right now. It's a Greek god. Slipping my mind at the moment. Oh well. have it written on the side. Jazz is riding up in front of me in the canoe right now. I'm not turning it around. Discovered it can get kind of boring just having you guys look off the front of the canoe. I suppose it's just as boring looking back at me. It also doesn't pick up voices very good from when it's turned around. It doesn't pick up hardly anything behind it, which is probably good a lot of times. Picked up a inexpensive paddling jacket. I think it might work okay though. It's got nice, I can't remember the company that makes it, but it's like $60. It's got a fairly heavy material without feeling heavy. I think it's urethane or polyurethane lined. It's not going to breathe, but for paddling code I don't really want it necessarily to breathe. I don't want to roll this thing over with the GoPro on it. Don't want to roll it over anyhow. I know, it'd be tough to get up there. I don't think it would be too dangerous, so if I mess up, I can't spin around quite as quick with the kayak paddling. I'm just familiar with it. Current's moving through there pretty fast. Probably about 7 miles an hour, I'm guessing. Based on walking and running speed. To get through, I'm going to have to gun it forward and then cut into the current. I'm kind of in an eddy on the side here still. A little bit ahead of steam, and here we go! Oh, I have that. I don't get chickens before they hatch. It's pretty easy with this paddle. I guess I'm not out yet. The other day I came through with a single blade and I popped through it like that and I thought, oh, that wasn't so bad. Then I looked halfway back downstream again under the bridge. I didn't realize I was just pulling the current and not the craft. I saw something up ahead. I don't know if it was a muskrat or a fish, fin, or what. It wasn't real large. I had a dream last night that it was kind of an apocalyptic dream where I don't know if the whole world had been kind of wiped out, but there was a large lake area that was still in a town that was still in existence, and it was deeply segregated politically and culturally, kind of like our country is now, except it was in kind of a microcosm, so it was just really intense stuff going on in the dream, very uncomfortable. Not sure where you could go safely, and you had to be careful what you said, and kinds of unpleasant stuff. Well, the folks on the shore over there, either the water's gone down significantly, which I don't think, or if they pulled they have like 4 kayaks, I think they're kayaks, maybe 1 canoe up on the shore further. I was going to pull them up the other day because I was afraid they're going to get washed away. There was a car up in the yard, so I assumed they had things under control. My wife insists I get back before dark, so I have to watch my timing in a little bit, but I I know I'm gonna go back a lot faster than I'm going forward. It's usually the case even when there's not a lot of current. Yeah, they used to use this river for logging. I don't know how they did that. They must have flooded it till it was way up, much higher than this even, and then just busted it all loose at once and sent the logs careening down the river. Thanks for joining me for the first half of the ice out canoe paddle down the river, and I'd like to invite you to join me for the next part. We'll be paddling through some addiction in the next one, talking a little bit about addiction. So love to have you join me for that as well. Plus, I think there's some couple beavers that make an appearance. A little bit hard to see them on the GoPro, but they're out there, and you'll get to meet my paddle dog again too. Till then, God bless. Bye.